Number five. Oh, uh, when don't mess around with gangsters. Number five. This is during, once again, before in my 20s, when I was working as a waiter at Abu Dhabi Plaza Residence, okay, which was opposite El Dorado Cinema. The accommodation was a few blocks away. I used to work as a bellboy and waiter for the dead end shift. So by the time I was sleeping during the daytime and working in the nighttime. So they had this hotel where all staff would stay there. There are different floors, and they would take all the different flats which are there, and they would have bunk beds. So I was put in with the group of Filipinos. Okay, Filipinos. Now, Filipinos, what they tend to do is they have their bunk beds, but they would cover it with the blanket. And behind the blanket, it was actually like a house. And one thing which was not permitted was guys were supposed to be separate, girls were supposed to be separate. But these Filipinos, what they do is they have a very close bond. So guys and girls used to come together, gays used to come together, lesbians together. So there was this particular guy who was working with me as a bellboy, sturdy, big. He was an ex-boxer, and he was busy humping the HR female of this hotel, HR assistant. Now, the thing was, she didn't like me very much for some reason or another, and I used to always wonder why. And she used to always smoke and drink, and she used to look at me angry. And so I didn't kind of like her. This boxer guy was pretty cool with me. He didn't have any problems. But one day, when I came from the night shift and I was dead tired, sleepy, and I wanted to go and sleep, I was, I think, at the top level. I went up and I was about to go to sleep, and suddenly I turn around and I see this guy. He is like, my bed is here, his bed is other side. So I see he's supposed to sleep there. This HR female comes with the towel. She just had a shower, and she lifts the blanket and goes in. So obviously they are doing their jing bang. So they were having their nice, and obviously you can make out sex and you can hear the noise. And I was like, okay, so this is what they're doing. And I knew that you're not supposed to do that. And because she didn't like me and because I didn't like her, I made it a point to tell the HR manager, who was an Indian guy. And you know what happens when you tell something to an HR manager that, oh, Indian, something that is happening with the junior staff, and especially when girls and guys are humping. So they decided to conduct a raid. And lo and behold, when they conducted the raid, all the Filipinos who were there in the bed, they caught all of them. Some of them even had weed and all that stuff. And they were all figuring out, how the hell did this happen? How did they come to know? Well, guess who was the only non-Filipino there? That was me. Eventually, they found out it was me. And I'll tell you, they all wanted to come and kill me. Yes, they did terminate many of them. But the rest of the other Filipino staff, they didn't want to leave me because, it was their countrymen. And because they couldn't control all the staff wanting to kill me, at the end of the day, they told me it's better you stop staying here for your own safety. And they suggested me to get another job. So that is another thing you shouldn't be doing. Number 6. This is a luxury brand that no longer exists in Dubai. It was near Dera. They had luxury furniture and luxury fittings for the house. And there was a vacancy for a salesman. I think this was after my 20s. And I just, I was reading a lot of books. And there was this general manager. He was looking for an assistant. Very impeccable, well dressed, and blue suit, and like he is a silver haired, gentleman. So he took my interview. He was very happy. And what struck gold was when I told him that I read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And the minute when I told him that, he took a liking towards me and he felt that I was the right candidate. Everything was fine until first interview was fine. Second interview, he introduced me to some of the other people. Third interview was the finalization of my salary, and that was where I opened my potty mouth and lost the job. What did I do? Well, as we were talking of Stephen Covey, to show that I'm smart, he was also very happy to have this conversation with me. I started to speak to him about racism of the whites. Hmm. They were, what to do? He was so uncomfortable with the conversation. He said, "Oh, racism. Okay, what about racism?" And I told him, "I don't like it. Some of the whites are very bad, but you're nice and all that." Well, they withdrew the contract and told me, "Sorry, no, you're not fit to join us." So sometimes you need to be zip your opinions. Yeah, that's what I should know. Number seven is this is by far the most embarrassing one here. Nothing controversial, but seriously embarrassing, which shows my desperation. Um, Through contacts and connections, this was my cousin sister's friend who was working as the assistant to the creative director for a creative agency. And I'll tell you why this is important, this connection. I was asked to go for an interview, and all the interviews, there were three, the questions were given to me in advance so as to prepare and present that I'm very intelligent, I like creative work, I love to meet customers. So it was a creative agency where you have to sell media space or cards or brochures or whatever. I went for the first interview, second interview, third interview, confirmed, job is confirmed. And how I came to know is she would leak that information and show me, see, they have photo. She would give me photocopies later on when we would go home through my cousin sister. They said, 9 out of 10, you are amazing. Now, they had to give me the job contract. But me, in my desperation to get a job and to show eagerness, just imagine he has told me, you are selected, we will be preparing your uh, letter of offer. I, like a jackass, went to the next day, interview was today, next day, I go there, 8:30 the office starts. I stand there 7:45, and it's like a door where all the staff come, then the manager comes, then the owner comes, he opens, and everyone comes in. All the staff came, everyone came, and I was already standing there, and they are looking at me. Hey, who are you? Oh, I'm the new guy. I'm announcing and telling him I'm the new guy. I've been called as a salesman. I'm introducing and telling them that I've been selected for this job. Oh, nice to meet you and all that. And by the time the the manager, the owner came, owner looked at me and he was wondering who is this, but he didn't ask anything. He didn't say anything. Then the manager who took my interview came, and along with that, this female who's my cousin sister's friend, they both came. She was horrified to see me. And this manager is wondering, like, what the hell am I doing here? So everyone's going in. I'm also like an idiot. I'm walking with them inside. He's like, wait. Sorry, Loy, what are you doing here? I said, no, you said you're going to start. So I said, why to wait for the contract? I'll start immediately. No, Loy, listen. There is a miscommunication here. You wait for the contract. Only then you start. You don't start without any contract. And please don't turn up to the office without prior appointment. I said, yeah. This female was so embarrassed to see me. She didn't even want to say hi. She just walked in. And I said, yeah, fine. He said, expect a call. We will call you later. Well, do you think they're going to call me? Eager beaver. Should relax sometimes. Last three more. This is very short. Shipping company got an interview opportunity through a contact and connection. The senior guy asked me, so, Mr. Loy, what are your drawbacks? Plus points, minus points. Everything was fine. All the questions I answered beautifully. And this guy I'm from Mangalore, he's from Mangalore. but he's a senior guy, so he must be twice my age, like a father figure. He said, "What are your drawbacks?" And I told him, "I don't take shit from anyone." Just imagine I'm joining as a trainee, as a junior in the shipping company, which is supposed to be like multinational, dealing with Maersk and all these big brands. He just looked at me and said, "What do you mean you can't take shit from me?" Yeah, I don't take shit. I don't like pressure. You just give me the work. This thing, after working hours, I want to go home. I don't like pressure. I don't like to take shit. He's saying, "What if someone gives you shit?" "Oh, I'll give him shit back." I told him that. And that was the end of my interview, and that was the end of my potential job opening. And when I reached home, by the time my stepfather already came to know what's the stupid answers I gave, because he had asked his friend to introduce me to his friend. I would have got the job had I shut my mouth. But anyway, I guess it's for best. Never say that you can't take shit, especially when you're young. Oh, next one is please don't do this, but I've done it. I will not tell you which company, but I had sex with a female in the server room. Little did I know that there are cameras in the server room. That is one thing. And the second thing is, never do it with the owner's daughter. I'm really lucky. I am so bloody lucky that they didn't take me to jail. They didn't put me in jail. But I was a crazy guy, and we actually got away many times before. Like, we would have in the pantry, we would have this, but I think the security camera was kept in the server room for, confidential, this thing. So one day I decided, when nobody was there, come during late hours or whatever, we went in the server room. And guess what? One of the security guys caught everything, and I think they enjoyed a good show. Well, the only person who was not very happy was her father. And I was immediately terminated. And I guess only because his daughter was involved, he didn't make a police case on me. Others, in Dubai, Muslim country those days. So never have sex in the office. Number 10. I don't know. This is a catch 22. This is my last one that I'll give you. I will not tell you again which company, but I was very close to the owner, the male guy. He used to always be nice to me. But he used to report, like, he had a job, and this was his side business. He used to come there to check everything is fine and all that, and then he used to leave. He used to leave and go do his thing, and then come back late night again, check, and ask me, everything is fine. Okay, fine. Okay. Uh, Then he introduced me to his wife. He liked me so much, he introduced me to his wife and his family, which is also fine. His wife, they both being like elder to me by 10, 15 years, they both were very nice to me. I guess I was a little bit more inclined towards a lady. She used to always buy me cookies, and not buy me, make cookies and food from home and give me. Not that she didn't have children, she had children, but she used to always treat me like as if I was like a child. One day, when she came in, she asked me, "Where is the owner?" And I told her, "The owner comes at this time, and then he goes away and comes late." And she was like, "He comes and then he goes? I thought he comes and he's here." So she said, "Do you know where he goes?" I said, "I don't know, but if you want, I can keep a tab and check and tell you." I shouldn't have done that. I should have been loyal to the owner because he's paying my bills. She said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, tell me. And for, the good stuff that you do." And she kind of bribed me with the chocolates or whatever. So I started keeping a tab, and eventually I found out that he was having an extramarital affair with the female who was kind of my age. And he used to bring her sometimes, and I leaked all this information because I was getting rewards from her. And one fine day, she decided to confront him. at the location. And I guess to this date, anyway, I resigned later on. To this date, I think it has been many, many years. He still doesn't know who leaked that information. And do I feel guilty about it? I just feel bad that the owner gave me a job. The owner was nice to me, but only because his wife was, a little sweeter, nice with good words and all that. I was little loyal to her. Today, if you ask me if I had to choose between the owner and his wife, I'd always choose the guy. Keep the female out. Don't get involved in all this bullshit. Okay. If you have stuck so long, let me know in the comments below that you stuck so long. And here is my bonus material for you. You remember I told you something about a Muslim Arab? This was me joining a bank as a trainee, but I got fired the very same day. And what was the reason? The owner, not owner, the general manager was a very old Arab Muslim guy, and I got appointed as a trainee. So, whenever the owner comes, everyone's saying, good morning, sir, good morning, sir. So I also, good morning, sir. And he, like, little old, he looked at me. And so after he went to his cabin, his office, glass office, whatever, local national bank, he did call the senior manager, and then the manager wanted to introduce me as a new trainee because we'll be working under him. And she brought me there. And they asked him, yeah, sir, how are you? Okay, you know everything, you know the job. Yeah, fine. He was friendly and all that. And then he asked, do you have any questions? Out of all the questions that I could ask, this was the question I asked him. I asked him, are you a Muslim? Oh my goodness. Never ask a 60, 68 or 60 plus old man, nearly 70, who has dedicated his full life to an Arab local national bank, are you a Muslim? Don't ask. Because the second I asked him that, he erupted. Stop the law. Yeah, Muslim. Ana Muslim. Ana Arab Muslim. Allah Akbar. Oh, this or that. That lady manager got so afraid. She was like, Loy, she literally wanted to tell me, Loy, you better run away. He went on shouting and screaming. The whole bank bloody woke up, every department, until people came, cooled him down. I don't know if he had blood pressure. And they asked me to leave. So I got appointed on the same day, and on the same day I got bye-bye. So anyway, these are the 10 super stupid mistakes I did. I would suggest you don't try any of this. And let me know in the comments below, after you heard all this, which were the most shocking ones. Which shocked you the most? I'd love to hear from you. Like I tell people, there's nothing you will do that'll surprise me because I've done the worst of the worst. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.